Good morning, myself Ashwini. I'm a PhD student of Institute Fresnel and I'm doing my PhD under Digital University and Guillaume Dempsey. Today, here I'm going to present about my research on complete design of a fully integrated graphene-based plasmon coupler for the infrared regime. So outline of my talk is, first, I'll be talking about the properties of graphene in introduction, then about the numerical modeling of graphene in finite element method. We had modeled graphene as a sheet, 2D conductive sheet. Then the final part of this talk is about the graphene-based graphene coupler design and its studies. We all know that graphene is an excellent material for surface plasmonic application. But the problem with the graphene is the excitation is very difficult due to the large momentum mismatch between graphene plasmon and the plane wave. Hence, we need a device which can compensate this momentum matching. At the same time, it should be integrated and efficient. So the aim of this study is to design such a kind of coupler. So the main objective of this talk is, first, treat the graphene as a true 2D material in Maxwellian modeling. Then the theoretical design of a fully integrated graphene-based surface plasmon coupler. Then finally about the numerical modeling of coupler in the infrared regime. First, about the properties of graphene. Here we have modeled graphene using its conductivity property. So here graphene is considered as a current carrying sheet of isotropic conductivity. So when the sheet is anisotropic, it can be represented by this tensor. And for an isotropic conductive sheet, it will be a complex number. So this complex conductivity of graphene can be represented by Kubo's formula, which have an intraband and one interband contribution. This frequency dependent Kubo conductivity can be written like this. Here, we can tune this conductivity by changing the Fermi level EF, the temperature T, and the scattering rate tau, and of course the frequency omega. But main tuning can be done by chemical potential, which can be done by electrostatic biasing or doping. So this tunable property makes graphene an excellent plasmonic application. So before going into my modeling part, I will introduce my waveguide. So in order to model my complete study, I have used two kinds of modeling. One is graphene is treated as a scattering material in a 2D scattering problem. But the incident mode towards this scattering problem is computed from a model approach. So I found the dielectric waveguide mode using this model approach, and it is injected towards this scattering problem. This graphene is considered as a discontinuity in this scattering problem. And this graphene is linear and isotropic. So in order to model this in finite element method, we have used GMesh for mesh generation and GetDP for solving purpose. Since my waveguide is like, I have used the waveguide mode for modeling purpose. I didn't use any out of plane wave. Hence, my device is fully integrated. Next, about the modeling of graphene in this scattering problem. So, as I said before, graphene can be represented by a current carrying sheet. So, in the Helmholtz equation, there's a current term. This term can be written as the conductivity of graphene, and which can be finally written like this. Here, the diffracted electric field, which is the unknown, which can be computed by solving this equation in finite element method. Here, the blue term, which represents the source term. Graphene can be also modeled using permittivity approach. Here, it is the common way to model, and here we have considered graphene as a bulk material. So in this way, the source term will be the difference between permittivity of 1D bare waveguide and the 2D waveguide with graphene. So this is the common way to model, and we have used we have compared our new conductivity model with this already available permittivity approach. Next, the proposed numerical model is validated using a simple structure like this. Here we have considered a graphene ring, and my incident field propagate along the z direction. And here we have used a 2D model, hence the x direction is invariant. So the propagated incident mode will scatter with this graphene ring, and we have computed the reflection, transmission, and absorption coefficient. So ideally, this sum of this coefficient should be 1 according to the energy balance. And in this plot, we have plotted sum of this coefficient as function of different degrees of freedom. Here we can see that the sheet model results converges very fast compared to the already available bulk model results. Next, the rate of convergence of absorption due to graphene sheet for a sheet model is plotted with respect to different degrees of freedom. Here we can see a nice convergence obtained. In the second plot, for a bulk model, the same rate of convergence is plotted with respect to different thickness of the graphene sheet. Here we can see that the bulk model is converging towards the sheet model. And most of the graphene studies had modeled graphene with thickness of 0.5 to 1 nanometer. But from our results, we can say that it is a very crude way to model graphene. Even with a very smallest graphene thickness of 0.01 nanometer, we were unable to achieve the accuracy of sheet model, which is very accurate. Hence, from here, we proved that the sheet model is a clear winner compared to the bulk model. Next part of my talk is about graphene-based braiding coupler. As I said before, there is a large momentum mismatch exists in between the incident plane wave or the incident waveguide mode and the graphene surface plasmon. In order to compensate this momentum matching, we need something. So here we have used the grating coupler. So this is my proposed grating coupler, which composed of a TAS glass core. On top of it, few graphene patches and a plain graphene sheet is placed. So as I said before, the incident mode is propagating along the z direction, and which is the fundamental TM mode, and my x direction is invariant. And all side of my waveguide is having appropriate PMLs. Next, I have to define something called duty cycle here, which is the ratio between the length of the graphene grating and the period of the grating. Next, in order to model this coupler, I have used phase matching condition. So when this incident mode propagate, it will scatter with this grating structures, and this scattered field should constructively interfere on the graphene sheet in order to get a good coupling. So in order to get this constructive interference, the condition will be like this in terms of propagation constant. From here, I can find the period of the grating using this equation. Next, in order to quantify the coupling, I have to define something called coupling efficiency. Here we have defined the coupling efficiency like this. So bi-orthogonality property of leaky modes are used here to define this efficiency equation. Each term in my efficiency equation is normalized according to my 1D model input, that is the incident field. Here the infinity, which represent the integration limit, which will be the entire computational domain, including the PMLs. Next, before going to the optimization of grating parameter, we have to optimize the waveguide parameter, that is the core thickness. So here, the first plot, the coupling efficiency is plotted with respect to core thickness and the duty cycle. So here we can see that the good coupling is happening in between 0.16 to 0.18 lambda of core thickness. And in the second plot, the efficiency is plotted with core thickness and the number of grating. So here also we can see that the best coupling is occurring between 0.16 to 0.18 lambda. Also, when the core thickness increases, the coupling efficiency is decreasing. So we can say this because when the core thickness increases, the incident field falling on the graphene grating will be less. So this will be the reason behind this increasing core thickness effect. Next, the coupling efficiency is computed with number of gratings and the duty cycle. The number of grating means the number of patches. So here we can say that when the number of gratings increases, the coupling efficiency is decreasing. This is due to the absorption due to grating, the graphene grating. Also, for different number of gratings, the duty cycle resonance peak is shifting, and best coupling is occurring at n equal to 3, that is with just 3 gratings period and corresponding duty cycle. So next, the coupling efficiency and norm of electric field on top of graphene sheet is plotted with respect to the graphene length. So we can say that here, the coupling efficiency is exponentially decreasing inside the graphene sheet. Also, this exponential decay is having a periodic nature. This can be represented by this function, a cos omega z plus phi into exponential function. Here the decay rate gamma, which computed to be exactly same as the imaginary part of complex propagation constant. Here the frequency, spatial frequency omega, and which found to be exactly same as the beating frequency between fundamental hybrid mode and the graphene plasmon mode. So this is one of the good coupled field map, that is with a good geometrical parameters. So here we can say that the incident field is propagating and it is nicely coupled with the graphene grating and hence to the sheet. So from this configuration, we were able to get a coupling efficiency of 75.3%. Next, about the results. So from the grating coupler results, so we were able to numerically demonstrate a high efficient graphene grating coupler, more than 75% of coupling efficiency. And this level of efficiency we achieved with very compact geometry with just 3 grating periods. And this, the entire grating coupler, the coupler length is less than 700 nanometers at a free space wavelength of 12 micrometers. So we were able to design a compact and fully integrated coupler with all the geometrical parameters which are fabricable. And finally, about the conclusion, about the numerical study part, we have accurately modeled graphene as a 2D conductive sheet in Maxwell's equation, and we have validated this model using scattering problem approach. Also, we have compared the 2D sheet model and the bulk model, and we proved that 2D sheet model is very good compared to the bulk model. And about the theoretical and numerical study of grating coupler, we have theoretically studied the grating coupler using phase matching condition, and we have numerically demonstrated this grating coupler, and the parameters such as core thickness, number of periods, and duty cycle are optimized. And finally, the coupling efficiency, we obtained more than 75% at the beginning of graphene sheet. Thank you.